be confused with the East Grand Forks. Ha 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 ha. Okay. We're pleased to have you join us in memory of the men and women who, in the service to our nation, secured our freedoms we enjoy today. Please turn off or silence your cellular phones or other electronic communication devices. We will be beginning shortly. Thank you very much. Test 2342, 2343, 2341. The warmer spots are in the chairs up here. Please feel free to come on up and take a chair. As we gather together as a community of varied backgrounds and cultures, today's ceremony also consists of volunteers from many organizations beyond your Grand Forks American Legion Post 6 hosts. They include the Grand Forks American Legion Unit 6 Auxiliary, the Grand Forks American Legion Unit 6 Auxiliary Juniors, the Grand Forks Air Force Base Honor Guard as our firing party this morning, Grand Forks Chapter 2 Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary, the Grand Forks Veterans of Foreign Wars Ladies Auxiliary Post 1874. Our guest speaker and Vice Commander of Grand Forks American Legion Post, Kathy Peterson. The Grand Forks City Band, which let's give them another hand, please. Please rise for the presentation of the colors and the playing of our national anthem by the Grand Forks City Band. Color Guard, post the colors. Present, up. as you were. Please rise again and remove your caps as we receive our invocation by Chaplain Michael Venascio. Michael.
Almighty God and Father, in your hands are the living and the dead. We give you thanks for all those, our comrades, our families, and our friends who have laid down their lives in the service of our country. May they truly rest in peace, your peace which surpasses all understanding. And may your light shine upon them always. May the good work of seeking justice for the oppressed and peace for all mankind be rewarded with success, that their sacrifices shall not have been in vain. And may we never fail to remember the most awesome cost of freedom that we enjoy. All this we ask in your holy and righteous name. Amen.
Amen. Please cover and be seated as we receive the readings of In Flanders Fields and In Flanders Fields an Answer by Unisix Auxiliary Junior members Alexis and Aubriel Kramer.
In Flanders Fields the poppies blow between the crosses. On row that mark our place and the sky, the lark still bravely sing, fly scared amid the guns blow. We are dead. Short days ago we lived, felt done, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you from falling hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold high. If break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep through poppies grown. Flanders Fields, John McCrae.
In Flanders Field the cannons bloom, and fitful flashes lights the gloom. Well above the eagles fly, the fierce destroyers of the sky. With stains the earth where you lie is redder than the poppy bloom in Flanders Field. Sleep on your brave, the shrieking shell, the quaking trench, the startling yell. The fury of the hell shall wake you not, for all is well. Sleep peacefully, for all is well. A flaming torch aloft we bear, with burning heart and oath we swear, to keep the faith, to fight it through, to crush the foe or sleep with you in Flanders Field.
Please rise for the reading of General Logan's Memorial Day orders by Jay Gunderson. Military members, head hood. Headquarters, Grand Army of the Republic, Washington, D.C., May 5, 1868, General Orders, number 11. The 30th day of May, 1868, is designated for the purpose of strewing flowers or otherwise decorating the graves of comrades who died in the defense of their country during the late rebellion, and whose bodies now lie in almost every city, village, and hamlet churchyard in the land. In this observance, no form or ceremony is prescribed, but posts and comrades will in their own way arrange such fitting services and testimonials of respect as circumstances may permit. We are organized, comrades, as our regulations tell us, for the purpose, among other things, of preserving and strengthening those kind and fraternal feelings which have bound together the soldiers, sailors, and Marines who united to suppress the late rebellion. What can aid more to assure this result than by cherishing tenderly the memory of our heroic dead, who made their breasts a barricade between our country and its foes. Their soldier lives were the reveille of freedom to a race in chains, and their deaths a tattoo of rebellious tyranny in arms. We should guard their graves with sacred vigilance. All that the consecrated wealth
and taste of the nation can add to their adornment, and security is but a fitting tribute to the memory of her slain defenders. Let no wanton foot tread rudely on such hallowed grounds. Let pleasant paths invite the coming and going of reverent visitors and fond mourners. Let no vandalism of avarice or neglect, no ravages of time testify to the present or to the coming generations that we have forgotten as a people the cost of a free and undivided republic. If other eyes grow dull and other hands slack, and other hearts cold in solemn trust, ours shall keep it well as long as the light and warmth of life remain in us. Let us then at the time appointed gather around their sacred remains and garland the passionless mounds above them with the choicest flowers of springtime. Let us raise above them the dear old flag they saved from dishonor. Let us in this solemn presence renew our pledges to aid and assist those whom they have left among us a sacred charge upon the nation's gratitude, the soldiers and sailors, widow and orphan. It is the purpose of the Commander-in-Chief to inaugurate this observance with the hope that it will be kept up from year to year while a survivor of the war remains to honor the memory of his departed comrades. He earnestly desires the public press to call attention to this order and lend its friendly aid in bringing it to the notice of comrades in all parts of the country in time for simultaneous compliance therewith. Department commanders will use every effort to make this order effective by order of John A. Logan, Commander-in-Chief, and N.P. Chipman, Adjutant General.
Right. Please remain standing as Unit 6 American Legion Auxiliary Member Joan Smith and Chapter 2 Disabled American Veterans Auxiliary Member Jackie Sadler present the veteran wreaths in honoring of those who served. Grand Army of the Republic. Spanish-American War. World War I. World War II. Korean War. Vietnam War. Grenada, Lebanon, and Panama. Persian Gulf War, Iraq, and Afghanistan conflicts, and all who perished on land, sea, and air. Thank you, ladies. Veteran of Foreign Wars Auxiliary 1874 member Dev Moriarty shall cast a wreath upon the waters. Thank you. Please be seated for the reading of Cover Them Over by Unit 6 American Legion Auxiliary Member Diane Kramer and the distribution of poppies by Lauren Simmons.
Cover them over with beautiful flowers. Deck them with garlands, those brothers of ours, lying so silent by night and by day, sleeping the years of their manhood away. Give them the need they have won in the past. Give them the honors their future forecast. Give them the chaplets they won in the strife. Give them the laurels they lost with their life. Cover them over. Yes, cover them over. Parent and husband, brother and lover. Crown in your hearts those dead heroes of ours. Cover them over with beautiful flowers. Cover the hearts that have beaten so high, beaten with hopes that were doomed but to die. Hearts that have burned in the heat of the fray, hearts that have yearned from the home far away. Once they were glowing with friendship and love, now their great souls have gone soaring above. Bravely their blood to the nation they gave, then in her bosom they found them a grave. Cover the thousands who sleep far away, sleep where their friends cannot find them today. They who in mountain and hillside and dell rest where they wearied and lie where they fell. Softly the grass blades creep round their repose, sweetly above them the wild floweret blows. Zephyrs of freedom fly gently overhead, whispering prayers for the patriot dead. When the long years have rolled slowly away, earn them to the dawn of earth's funeral day, when at the angel's loud trumpet and tread, rise up the faces and forms of the dead. When the great world its last judgment awaits, when the blue sky shall fling open its gates, and our long columns march silently through, past the great captain for final review. Blessings for garlands shall cover them over, parent and husband, brother and lover. God will reward those dead heroes of ours. Cover them over with beautiful flowers.
Thank you very much for that fitting memorial. We are fortunate today to receive our Memorial Day address by Grand Forks Post 6 Vice Commander Kathy Peterson. Vice Commander Kathy Peterson continues to serve our nation as a captain in the North Dakota Army National Guard. Her service within the National Guard began in 2008. In December 2010, she became a commissioned officer in the United States Army through the University of North Dakota Reserve Officer Training Corps program, also known as ROTC, or ROTC. In 2003, she earned a political science baccalaureate in arts degree from Texas A&M University. Thirsting for knowledge and a drive to serve, she earned a Juris Doctorate with distinction from the University of North Dakota in 2011. Her military skill qualifications include Adjutant General and Air Defense Artillery. Her assignments include Brigade Strength Manager, 141st Maneuver Enhancement Brigade in Fargo. Battalion Personnel Officer, 188th Air Defense Artillery in Grand Forks. Platoon Leader, Alpha Battery, 188th Air Defense Artillery, Bismarck. Battery Commander, Headquarters and Headquarters Battery, 188th Air Defense Artillery, Grand Forks. Battalion Assistant Operations Officer, 188th Air Defense Artillery, Grand Forks. In addition to her military service, Vice Commander Peterson is an immigration attorney here in Grand Forks. Her additional work experience includes serving on staffs of the United States Senators Heitkamp, Conrad, and Dorgan. Furthermore, the Suicide Prevention Program Manager for the North Dakota National Guard and the Resilience Coordinator for the North Dakota Army National Guard. Please join me in welcoming Captain Peterson.
Thank you for that generous introduction, and thank you all for being here today. United and united they sacrificed. Just before Election Day in 2018, an American soldier in Afghanistan posted on Facebook. He wrote, "As the USA gets ready to vote in our own election Tuesday, I hope everyone back home exercises their precious right to vote, and that whether the Republicans or the Democrats win, that we all remember that we have far more as Americans that unites us than divides us. United we stand, divided we fall. God bless America." End quote. The soldier who posted these wise words was a member of the National Guard. He was also the mayor of North Ogden, Utah. Although he was described as a proud Republican, his family likely had little interest in the actual results of the election. When Election Day arrived in Utah, so did the honor guard accompanying his remains. The flag-draped casket of Major Brent Taylor, husband of one, father of seven, and inspiration to millions. Utah weeps for them today, his state's lieutenant governor wrote of the Taylor family. He could have added that his nation wept as well. A veteran of 2 tours in Iraq, Major Taylor was killed when a cowardly member of the Afghan National Security Forces opened fire on him during an insider attack near Kabul. Major Taylor did not need to serve in the military. Like all U.S. veterans of the global war on terrorism, he chose to serve in the military. Even though many fallen heroes from previous wars may have been conscripted into service, there is always a way out for those committed to avoiding such danger. On June 6th, the world will observe the 75th anniversary of the Normandy invasion. Many will make the trip to the sandy shores of France, paying respects to the thousands of Allied heroes who gave their lives to liberate a continent. Political labels that we cast today, like Democrat, Republican, red state, and blue state, matter little when facing mines and machine gun fire while charging a beach. Politics are irrelevant to a family that hears the words, "We regret to inform you." In fact, Joanne Steen, a behavioral health counselor and Gold Star widow, recently wrote a book with the same title, "We Regret to Inform You." To Gold Star parents, she writes, "The reality that your child is dead comes in doses. Reality doesn't have sensitivity or good manners, and you may be confronted with a harsh dose when you least expect it. Likewise, reality seems to operate on its own arrival schedule." End quote. When one witnesses the actual reality of heroes dying, it is easy to mistake their missions as failed. Private Andy Rooney, who would later achieve fame as a 60 Minutes commentator, was a correspondent for Stars and Stripes. He interviewed a number of D-Day veterans. All they saw was dead friends, Rooney remembered, guys drowning in the water and dead people around them. And back in London headquarters, they were calling it a great victory, a great success. It didn't look like a success to the guys who were fighting it, but it turned out it was, in fact, a success, and the guys who were up close and saw it firsthand were wrong, and the people who had the grand view of it were right. We continue to lose heroes every day, in places like Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, in military training accidents and missions around the world, and here at home. Some were only teenagers, many were just in their 20s, and others were older. Regardless of their age, to their families they are forever young, healthy, and strong. From the American Revolution to our current operations against terrorism, 1 million American men and women have made the supreme sacrifice while serving in wars and conflicts. We honor all of them, not just those with the highest medals or the heroes who fought in the most famous battles. And we honor all American men and women who died while in military service, whether at home or abroad, in peacetime or wartime. They all died so we can continue to cherish the things that we love: freedom, country, and family. That is why we are gathered here on Memorial Day, to honor the memory of our fallen warriors who have given everything for their country. We are also reminded on this day that in each generation, brave men and women will always step forward to take an oath of allegiance as members of America's armed forces, willing to fight and, if necessary, die for the sake of freedom. We do not remember our fallen brothers and sisters in arms because of an edict or an obligatory ritual. We do so because we want to, and we want to be there for their families, long after the battlefield guns have been silenced and the bombs stop exploding. The children of our fallen warriors will still be missing a parent. Spouses will continue to miss their life partners. Parents will never stop grieving for their heroic sons and daughters that died way too early. We need to be there for all of them. Nobody can replace these fallen heroes, especially in the eyes of their families. But we can offer shoulders to cry on and assurances that their loved ones' sacrifice will not be forgotten. Maybe we can contribute in ways such as handling a car repair, babysitting, or mowing a both our family.